Hi, we're Viva, and we're going to answer some questions that you've asked us. Probably Katy Perry's Raw is one of my favourites. I really like that. And it feels like it has some thematic similarities with some of Wolf Forever. But also, I think I'd really like to sing Rihanna and Drake's duet Too Good with Mike at some point.
Yeah, we need to practice that.
We're quite good already, but if we were going to take it to the stage, we would need a little bit of fine tuning.
And different costumes.
Yeah. I was reading a couple of books about kind of the meaning of love and things like that, and like dependency in relationships. So that was Conditions of Intimacy by John Armstrong, A Lover's Discourse, which is a Barter's book. Like some Rilke on love. Yeah, things like that.
The ability to play bass and drums at the same time, so we don't have to keep hiring bassists.
Thanks, guys.
Being able to teleport, because I spend all my time on trains and I just want to be able to go everywhere in the world.
What I'd like to do is to be able to slow time down, but I am in normal. No. Yes, slow time down, but I am still normal. So
You're
imagine
aging with
I could
everyone
play
else.
insane guitar solos, but I wouldn't have to be that good.
Because that's the only thing that's holding you back.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
This is I've got a very slow brain.
I wasn't insinuating that. You'd be shredding all over all the songs if you could.
Of course.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
The young Kirk Hammett.
But I can only play my rate of notes per second is about 4 maximum.
That's quite a lot.
That is quite a lot, actually.
You should shred more if that's your speed. What's
You're right,
stopping you?
but imagine if I could play 16 notes a second and just all the way through.
That's why
And then with
I hate it. Music ever. Well, I've been interested in sort of Egyptian mythology and symbolism for a really long time, and I like the link to Freud's writings about the uncanny, where he says that a way to understand the uncanny is looking at the permanence of Egyptian statues and that making you understand your own mortality and how things don't last and things like that. But then I like the kind of positive connotations of it as something that's healing and protecting and like a talisman that I carry with me as well.
it's an ebow on a bass guitar through a pedal, and every stage of that process creates more problems.
Yeah.
The ebow doesn't really like to be used on a bass, and the pedal doesn't really like an ebow going
Or a
through
bass.
it, or a bass, and the pedal didn't really work. So in the studio, it was tricky. Live, impossible. So we've bought a synth in. So it's weird because the whole point, the only reason we really did it was because we wanted to do it live with a bass guitar, but that was horrible. So we spent months doing it in the studio, and now live we just use the synth.
I'd like to open for The National or Deer Hunter or PJ Harvey or Bjork or oh my god, I mean,
And I
yeah.
think I would like PJ Harvey or Bjork or Deer Hunter or The National to support us. To
It
say
could be
thanks.
like a sandwich bill where they play 2 sets and we play in the middle.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Get a captive audience that have to watch us.
We have quite a few, but generally they leave the band because they just go on to do something more sensible and successful.
There are several bass players hidden.
We just stole them at the farm.
The abattoir.
Oh, we practiced. Yeah. got to be the avatar. It's natural.
All that's
Makes
left
sense.
behind is the bass they played.
Which we then passed on to other basses.
Yeah.
But we're always on the lookout for the next one.
Yeah, if you'd like to play bass with Philip, man, get in touch.
I wear the same one every night, but I have
Jesus.
several different Joy Division shirts that I love equally. They all have a place in my heart. But yeah, no, I actually only wore that. I just wore that for like 6 shows in a row or something at South by Southwest in New York because I couldn't really deal with making decisions about anything in my life. But now I'm getting a special like outfit made for stage, so I'm kind of excited about that. So yeah, so again, I won't have to make decisions.
It's probably a boring one, but it is This Charming Man by the Smiths is my go-to because you can tuck your shirt in and if you find a bunch of flowers in the room, you can just throw them around.
I would go on tonight, but I haven't got a stitch to wear. You can't keep doing that though.
But
I can't.
at parties you can.
Every.
And then either that or Let's Dance because everyone doesn't care. No one cares how badly you sing because everyone wants to
You've got a wonderful
party
voice,
once
though.
Let's Dance comes on.
That's what
Yeah.
makes me feel really awkward doing karaoke because it's not cool to sing well and then it seems like stupid to just
You can
be
sing
like,
well,
"Oh."
just don't do like Adele because it's just too serious. It's not really party,
Oh,
is
damn,
it?
that's what I wanted. No, I don't know. But I think I'm too awkward and self-conscious anyway. But I think I would probably do like some kind of Nicki Minaj. I'd like to be a psychiatrist, but I've kind of left it a bit late to train. But I tried to be a counsellor, but I think I'm not ready for that yet.
I'd
just
just
write
be.
about things.
I'd just be in a better band.
You should definitely say that. That's
Japan, big time. I really want to go there, and Russia.
I've been to Russia, but I'd love to play there. I know it's not really fully answering the question, but I would really love to play Russia.
Yeah, I want to go to New Zealand
Mm.
because it just seems like a kind of a cool place, and has fantastic musical history.
I bring lots of vocal zone because I think it's the best thing ever for stopping you getting ill, and lots of things to like help me sleep and keep me cozy and warm because I just like to blot out everything that's going on around me when we're not doing something important or on stage. I like football and I like footballers' dogs specifically and following them on Instagram, and I like Alexis Sanchez's 2 dogs, Atom and Humber, because they're in like all of his photos and it's really cute, and yeah. And I do like the game as well.
Dan is the big sportsman, the big sports fan, should I say,
Statman.
of the band. I pretend to like football, but I don't. I don't really know anything. I want to like it, but I feel like there's so many years I'll have to go back and learn about that I just can't. It's hard.
It's like
So
a
I
big
just-
box set that you can't
Yeah,
like, commit to.
I just suck all my knowledge from out of Dan and then pretend I know things about it and just copy what he said to impress people when he's not around.
Play that back in slow-mo.
Yeah.
No idea. I do love football, but I kind of wish I didn't. It takes up a lot of your time.
I think they are mainly just like a natural progression because I'd say both feel like big learning curves where, you know, we kind of started off as quite a young, fresh band to begin with, and now we're old and wizened. But we just like, I feel like we kind of learned to solve so many problems for ourselves on the first one, and then again, like we've come so much further through writing and making Fall Forever and things. So I see them as just kind of this natural progression of, yeah, just learning more about our craft and learning more about what we want to say, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like if you look through from our early demos, which were quite, kind of naive in some respects, and look like lo-fi. There is kind of like a progression there, and it's quite nice to see that. I think it's like we didn't arrive fully formed, and we're still learning, and I think that's the thing. We'll learn lessons from this album to take on to the next one, and it just kind of all the time you're looking to create your own sort of language.
It's kind of telling myself what I needed to hear about not needing to feel someone's arms around me or not needing anyone's support and things like that, and that's because at the time I was kind of in a place where I wasn't being offered that by someone, and so it was kind of taking that and being assertive, but like there's kind of still vulnerability in actually when you love someone it does hurt you when they're not around for you like that, and so yeah, like it's a declaration of independence, but it's also kind of to some extent showing the damage of of things that are not quite as they should be.
I have Rick Mail, Joni Mitchell, and Edwyn Collins.
The undead ghost of Edwyn Collins.
It's quite a male heavy night. Sorry, Joni. I couldn't think of anyone off the top of my head.
Well, I can even that up because I don't have Cleopatra.
That's good. That's good.
I think she's got some secrets to share. And then Anais Nin, because I'm kind of a bit obsessed with her and the way that she writes about herself. And then Sylvia Plath, because I just love the way that she writes and feel like we should know each other.
I would have Maud Gonne, Eric Cantona.
Yes.
Got a lot to say for himself. And Larry David, because then I wouldn't be the most awkward at the dinner table.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they know that fish will be thrown overboard.
Exactly. I mean, just
that's my go-to quote.
That's the only quote.
Yeah.
And yet it's so. I mean, it says an awful lot.
Oh, it's just poetry, isn't it?
It really is. Our last great philosopher, Eric Cantona.